Hello, everyone. Kirk Kelly, and we're here in Tallahassee. Of course, we are. This is the opening week of session. And if you had an opportunity to watch a session this week as they had the opening on Tuesday, you heard the speaker when he gave his speech to the body of the members of the House, his interest in the child welfare arena. I think they're going to be looking at some of those areas this year. Obviously, we're in having multiple conversations. Last week, we were able to go in and speak to the speaker's office and talk about some of our issues, some of the things that we're working on. Natasha, Chip, and I were inside the meetings with there. So all of that's sort of front and center right now. In fact, this week, Natasha has testified before a committee. She's right now over at the Capitol working, having several meetings with legislators and answering a lot of the different questions, putting forward a lot of our agenda this year. And as you've heard us talk about, we use the word robust. Man, it's robust agenda. We have a lot going on. And even in the funding area, we're working on a lot of those things. There's been a lot of changes this year already. I think we have heard, we talked about it on the Monday morning call. We will have a new secretary, I believe, on Monday. I haven't heard that officially, but I think it's going to happen on Monday. And our new secretary will be Taylor Hatch. Now, Taylor Hatch had worked at the Department of Children and Families before. I've known Taylor for many years. She's a great person. And I think we're going to have a different type of relationship with Taylor. I'm looking forward to working with her and her administration and her kindness and wisdom. I want to congratulate her on that and taking the position. And we're here to work with her and the team at DCF. We have a lot to do together. Now, there are times when what we do and at DCF does, we're at different ways of approaching things, and that's okay. That's healthy. And no one controls one other side. We all work together. And so I'm really looking forward to where this is taking us over the next couple of years. And again, while we're doing this legislative session, informing the members of the legislature, informing the members of the Senate, the House and the Senate of what we're actually doing. I think you're going to see us have a lot of conversations this year. Hopefully, if everything goes right, we will have an extraordinarily successful session. What I mean by success means we're able to take our message and then move policy in the right direction. Sometimes it takes us a couple of years to move the policy. This thing about limited liability is on the forefront, and we're having serious conversations about that only because the industry has changed. And there is a lot of moving parts. I will not get into that here. This would be inappropriate to try to go into the details of that right here. But I can tell you there's a lot of moving parts with a lot of different folks. We're having a lot of different conversations to be able to try to put that, bring that into a positive landing for us, for our folks. We want you to be able to continue to do the work that you do. And so we're working on the back end, a lot of work that we do for the policy and funding to make sure that you're able to continue to do the work you do. That's what we do. Also, you've heard me talk about it. We also do a lot of work in our foundation side. We have a tremendous amount of folks that are doing just great work with Sunshine Health. I know Patricia and the team that she has assembled to do all the work there. Michaela, Liz, all of these different folks that are working to put on our webinars, our trainings, the stuff that we provide on the website for you. All of that's to be educational. That's what the foundation does, is our educational side of this. And so I'm really thankful for the great work they're doing. I hope you're availing yourself to this and making sure that you're making sure you're engaging them, because there's some tremendous amount of work that they're doing there. And then I always mention that it's our committees are also doing some things. We've asked the committee, the governor put out a memo the other day that was asking for us to look at efficiencies across government. And we think that we can take a look at areas that we can find that we said, what if we did this? And that, so we've put this information out there. We've asked you to roll it up through your committees, roll it back to Patricia Nellius, Dr. Nellius, and she's going to coalesce all of that information. We're going to have conversations, and then we can go back to the department or others and inform them on some things that you've told us that what if we did this, and we can get that into the equation. So it's really an interesting time what's happening here. It's an interesting time what's happening nationally. Watch the State of the Union address. And even to hear the president of the United States talk about Melania Trump and how interested and concerned she was in the foster care issues. And I know that for a fact because the truth is she had been to a couple of our members. I remember when Tom Lukasik called me up and said that she had visited with them at 4 kids and how she was just so engaging in that. Well, that's a good thing and that's a positive thing. We want to parlay all of that into the interest of what we're doing for child welfare. I don't worry about the politics as much. I worry about the people who are engaging this and trying to get them more involved with us. We have a great system. And I want you to know how much I appreciate the work you're doing. We appreciate it so much that we turn our full attention to try to help you get the right policy, the funding, political support, the right PR. All of those things are the work that the coalition is doing. All right, with that, continue to look through our newsletter, look at all the things that we provide for you. But here's my charge to you: stay involved, stay engaged, especially now, because I may be needing you. I may be calling on many of you to say, tell me about this. We've got a change in the legislation. Keep informed, keep us informed. Natasha does an amazing job of keeping all this out in front of our folks. We have a great legislative committee. Kim Daughtery, Lisa Kroger do a great job of putting our committees together and informing us on areas that they need improved on and things that we can take before the legislature. All of that's so important. But what you do is important. Let's continue to keep doing the good work here. I'm pleased with much of the things that I hear from you guys. And I just thank you that this system of care, which is really considered the best in America, we can improve a lot. But we need the help of the legislature, the department, our communities to continue to get better. Let's continue to talk about ways we get better and present those. Never be fearful of saying we can get a lot better. I love some of the great ideas that are coming out of what's happening in our system of care. Innovation and creativity is our strength. But the fact that we are on the ground in the community, taking care of community kids, that's what really matters. So with all of that said, listen, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Let's just continue to heal through love and peace. With that, God bless.